What's up, guys? MeatyLock here, and today we're back in action playing some ARK for the brand new TLC patch, the Tender Love and Care patch. They've changed a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff different in the patch. Now, this time they've only done 5 creatures, but not only have they overhauled the way they look, they've also overhauled their abilities and all that kind of stuff. So, this guy looks pretty sweet, as you can see. Let's go ahead and now the Gigantopithecus here has the ability you can hold melee, whatever you have that bound to. You can just press it, and he'll get out and get down and eat and that kind of stuff normally. But if you hold it on like a small creature like a Mesopithecus, he'll actually pick it up. Here, let's actually pick this guy up. As you can see, it's on my shoulder, that kind of stuff. You can also press the same button to launch Mesopithecus or whatever creature it is off of your shoulder. Now, along with this ability, they can climb on stuff. Let me see if I can find something real quick that I can show you. Okay, so these guys get the same abilities as Ravagers, except for they actually climb it with their hands. It's pretty cool, actually. Let's go and check it out. As you can see, I'm climbing. It's actually really cool. Now, this is a little bushy, so you can't see it. But yeah, look at this. This is actually really, really sweet. Look at it. It's so awesome. It's such a good ability. So they can hold, basically, you can hold 2 small creatures and climb and all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. Yeah, look at that. That is so sweet. It's so good. And of course, they retain their ability to damage things by doing left click and that kind of stuff. Right click will still launch you off like that, so you can actually keep a small amount on him and launch yourself off separately. So yeah, a lot of different uses. One thing I would like to mention too is that throwing has been made way more accurate, so you can actually tell yourself where you want to be thrown. As you can see, I pointed in that direction, and exactly where my mouse cursor was is exactly where I got thrown. So a lot more accurate. They took the, I guess they did the same thing as they did with the Carcanos and made it way better. Okay, moving on from the Gigantopithecus, we have the Procoptodon here, the Kangaroo. Now this guy, as you can see, he definitely looks way different. His face has been made way better. Like, these models are just like so much better than what they used to be. Before, like, comparing the old ones to these, like, they look so childish before. They look so weird. Now, this guy has a few upgrades. First upgrade I would like to say is he does have the aiming ability just like the Gigantopithecus and the Carcanos, where you can actually jump and you actually go exactly where you want to go. So I can aim behind me. He's going to kind of like go that direction. Now, of course, aiming behind you isn't going to be that great. They can jump extremely high just like the Carcanos, and they're going to go exactly where you tell them to go. So I can jump straight up, or I can jump straight down. Like if I just do this, you know, like he's not going to really jump that far. I can just kind of do a little small jump like that. And yeah, so definitely aiming improvements, all that kind of stuff, way better. Now, another thing that this guy has, just like the Gigantopithecus, is he can pick up small dinos in his pouch, including baby dinos. I'll get into the benefits of the baby dinos here in a second, but as you see, there's a couple Gigantopithecus here, or not Mesopithecus. You hold the same button as you do with the Gigantopithecus, which would be your melee button, and I can just grab a creature and put it in my pouch. I can carry him around, which is pretty sweet, and I can also carry a creature on my shoulder while this guy's in the pouch. Let's go and take a look at this guy. Yeah, it's actually really cool. Now, small creatures are going to be protected in this pouch, just like on the shoulder of the Gigantopithecus, so, you know, it's going to make traveling and carrying dinos way better. It's gonna be awesome. Carried characters in a pouch have reduced food consumption rate when carried by mate-boosted female Procoptodons. So that's actually pretty cool. Also, babies imprinted while in the carrying pouch will receive more affinity, which is actually really, really cool. Definitely some sweet improvements here. These guys also take way reduced fall damage, and they receive a brand new attack. Here, let's actually come over here and see if I can show you the attack. It is, I think it's right click. Yeah, it's right click. And they receive a big knockback kick. It's a huge knockback kick. This guy actually does a lot of damage. So you can keep creatures off of you while you're trying to do whatever. Dude, did you see that sheep? That sheep went flying, man. Okay, so let's do this, and then watch this. Oh, baby. Oh my god, he kicked him. I don't know, it's so cool to be able to kick. And they take way reduced fall damage, which is great. I love creatures that take reduced fall damage. You know, normally you jump super high with these things, and then you take a lot of fall damage. It just kind of sucks. It's like, why do they even have an ability to jump? But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Next up, guys, we have the Direwolf here. Now, this guy is actually pretty sweet. As you can see, a major look upgrade. It looks amazing, way better than the old wolf. The old wolf didn't even look like a wolf. It just looked kind of weird. But yeah, this has, you know, it looks really good. Fur all over its body, everything blends in smoothly. Looks really, really good. The first new cool ability with the wolf here is we receive a sniff ability. Now, what the sniff ability allows us to do is locate treasure and all that kind of stuff. It's actually pretty cool. You can get nearby explorer notes or detected buried / stealth creatures. So, you know, in case you're like wondering where everything is, like that's an explorer note. I don't know what that shows. I don't really know what all the different symbols mean exactly. But you can see buried creatures and all that kind of stuff. It's definitely a really cool ability. It also has a passive ability to sniff out creatures and players with lower than 50% health. And that's probably what that was back there, actually. Let's see if we can kill this guy, or at least... Okay, as you can see, yeah, look. So now that he's below 50% health, we get an automatic thing that shows us he's actually below 50% health, which is pretty cool. So if you're doing this in PvP or PvE or whatever, you're going to be able to see players that have low health if you're on a wolf, and that's actually pretty cool. It's a cool little ability. Okay, so whenever you have a pack, you can actually howl and receive a 90-second buff. There's a 1.5-minute cooldown, and every wolf in the pack actually howls. Let's see if I can go and get this to work. There we go. Look at this. So as you can see, we're the alpha, and all the rest of the pack actually howls. We all receive a buff here, which is pretty cool. Well, let's go ahead and read it. Yeah, pack leader, and yeah, so pretty sweet, pretty sweet. One thing I would like to mention though is that the alpha does receive more of a buff than the rest of the wolves, according to what it says. I don't know exactly by what percentage, and it doesn't really say. But yeah, the alpha does receive a bigger buff here, which is pretty cool. Also, one thing I noticed is, I don't know if this is new or not, but it actually says pack leader. So it actually shows you which one's the pack leader. Now, it's obviously based on the highest level, but it actually says this guy is the pack leader right here. Oh yeah, look at this. Cool. Yeah, and it has a thing that says howl cooldown. So yeah. Okay, next up here is the dire bear. This guy also receives a major improvement in the looks department. This guy is a short-faced bear, but the old one looked like it was like a pug. It was very, you know, stuffed in its face. This one has a little bit more of an elongated snout. The hair blends in smoothly like the wolf. It looks really, really good. Now, this guy has quite a few improvements, one of which is being able to harvest honey from beehives. I'm not going to be able to show you that, as I looked around forever for beehives and I couldn't actually find any. I don't know why. Just bad luck, I guess. But it receives 3 times as much honey as normal. Bees actually don't target the player. They target the bear instead, so you don't have to worry about wearing a suit or anything. You can just get on a bear, harvest bee honey, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty cool, actually. It also doesn't hurt the hive when you harvest the honey either. Definitely a cool ability. It also has increased swim speed. I tested that out, and the swim speed is still really slow. I didn't notice an improvement, so I don't know. Last but not least, we have the Tyrannosaurus Rex, who's received major improvements in the modeling and animation department here. He looks really good. Definitely better than the old Rex. As you can see, the walking is different, all that kind of stuff. The roar has also been upgraded. He could roar before, but now it has an ability kind of like the Tyrannus here. I'll go ahead and show you. It also has the visual effects of the Tyrannus, causing creatures below its level and also players to briefly stun and poop themselves. As you saw, the sheep pooped itself. Now, the ARK video made by ARK itself actually has some good examples of the pooping. You know, they have some good cinematography and all that kind of stuff if you want to see it in its full effect, or you can just play with the Rex itself. The roar does have a small cooldown. It looks really cool. I like the visual upgrade with the roar, kind of like the Tyrannus. It looks pretty sweet. Now, guys, that's pretty much it as far as the TLC patch goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and list a few, well, not a few, a lot of changes that they've done and improvements besides the dinosaurs here. I'll go ahead and have that listed and scrolling on the screen. You can go ahead and read that, pause it, you know, use that at your discretion. But for now, guys, I'm going to go and call it here. Thanks for watching my video. I very much appreciate it. I love your faces, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, one thing I'd like to mention is this is the first stage. They've already talked about stage 2 with the Sarco and several other creatures. They're going to be keep coming out with these TLC patches, improving the old original dinos and making them and bringing them up to speed with the new ones. And I'm really excited. I'll be covering all those in the future, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more updates.